I am super duper scent sensitive, and I have been really enjoying exploring getting into fragrances and specifically perfume. I just recently did post a video that kind of shows you all of my scented items and kind of how I led myself into different scented products. There's a hair in my eyeball. So do check that out for a little bit more context, but today I just wanted to kind of show what I've been testing out lately, the new fragrances to me, because this is definitely a hyperfixation situation right now. I can't stop thinking about perfume and thinking about what I want to buy next, and I'm trying to calm it down because I cannot just endlessly add to my collection with no end in sight, because I'm not going to get through all these products if I keep doing it the way that I've been doing it. So we're trying to take it slow and enjoy the things that I'm recently bringing in. I'm going to share with you 3 new purchases that I've made today, and then I have a couple of bonus items here too that I'll share with you. So again, backing up a little bit of context if you didn't see my earlier video, the first perfume situation that I kind of started exploring, other than stealing my significant other, my fiance, my male partner, he had cologne items that he wasn't using, and they aren't extremely masculine scented. They were just kind of like neutral, a little bit like aquatic or something like that. So I first started experimenting with those, but the first purchase that I made was the replica discovery set. And this is just like a large sample collection of kind of their line of products, and I have been obsessed with it. I've loved it, and I've wanted to kind of expand on that. So I'm extremely scent sensitive. Like the example that I gave in my earlier video is that I could smell the tap water coming out of our sink. I could like smell it, and that was really weird. I'm also really easily able to like identify if anyone like in our neighborhood is smoking. Like I will know if someone down the street, while I'm still indoors and maybe they're in like their backyard, I'll know if they're smoking. I can smell that stuff. Like I'm just very, very, very sensitive, and there's a lot of scents that I don't like, but here are the things that I've been exploring lately. I think first, let's not do like the super fun things. Let's do the bonus items, and then I'll get into the fun things. Okay, so I forget what I shared with you in my last video with what I stole from my significant other. I, again, kind of enjoy a more like unisex, slightly more masculine scent a lot of the time. And I knew to raid his collection because he doesn't use those products, but he has a couple of those products. And I, at some point, only ended up taking 1 or 2 of them and leaving the rest of the stuff that he has just like in his drawer. But recently I was like, wait a minute, I know that you have more. So I went back and I took the rest of it, and I'm enjoying all of it. I've been kind of playing with all of it. So I think this is the one that I shared with you before. It's Chrome Azaro, I don't know. And whenever I looked up the notes, which side of the screen am I on? Oh boy, I'll go to this side of the screen. So whenever I looked up the notes, I just was really impressed with, I feel like this was the more complex scent out of the ones that I've stolen from him. So that was really interesting. I do enjoy this. It's probably the one I reach for most often. And it's very funny to me because actually whenever we recently had his family visiting, I saw his dad's toiletry bag for some reason. I forget what was happening, but I noticed that he is using this cologne as well. And I was like, oh, hey, Mr. Miller, we wear the same cologne. So that was really fun. Anyway, that was one I may have shared before, but I also do have this blue Nautica thing. I don't know. I forget the scent profile off the top of my head, but I will pop it here on the screen as well. I enjoy this. I haven't used it nearly as much. I don't know. I think this was one that I remember testing out early on and not loving. So I think I put it back in his collection, but like looking at the notes and like smelling it, I don't know why I didn't like it. So we'll give it another go. The last one that's not new that I purchased, well, okay, yeah, no, that's right. It's not new. I didn't purchase it. I stole it from my significant other. There was a collection of a bunch of products in this blue line from Kenneth Cole. I think there's like sprays, okay, well, this is a spray obviously, but like a deodorant, maybe a hair product. I don't know, but I just pulled out this spray, this body mist or cologne. I actually don't even know. There's something about the packaging that's giving body spray to me. I don't know. This one is very simplistic. I'll have the notes on the screen again. I'll try to do it for all of them, so I'll shut up now about doing that. Very simplistic, and I find that it's very easy to just like spray all over me. And it doesn't seem to have a ton of longevity. Again, it's giving body spray. I don't know. So this one's fun, but not like wowing me, but it doesn't smell bad. Like, I like the way that this smells. So I'm enjoying kind of experimenting with those products. Let me get into the stuff that I purchased. I'm gonna go with the least exciting to potentially the most exciting. I don't know. So I've been on the hunt for new fragrance. Specifically, what I am trying to do is I have a trip coming up. Actually, I don't know. Potentially this video is being posted while I'm already on that trip or already back from that trip. I don't know my posting schedule. I don't know. But yeah, I wanted to specifically get like a tropical vibes type of perfume that I could wear on that trip and like create a scent memory. Like, that's something I remember hearing about early on when I started like watching YouTube and getting into the beauty community kind of stuff. Like, I just liked the idea of creating a scent memory where I use it consistently on that trip and then I don't touch it for a while, and then whenever I use it again, it brings me back to that like memory of the trip. That's kind of what I was on the lookout for. The first two things I'm about to show you here have nothing to do with that because they were while I was looking for that said product that I would use on the trip, but I found these instead. So that's a little bit of context there. This just was on a really good price at TJ Maxx. It's the Elizabeth Arden Green Tea Scent Spray. I don't know, this was a total impulse purchase. So interesting. And I've only worn it 1 or 2 times, and I just like, I think I need to try it again like in the spring because it kind of has a spring type of vibe to it, but it does not stick on my skin at all. I can't smell it all day long, which it might be great if you're sensitive like me, like if you're kind of wary of having a scent carried around with you all day, which is kind of what my initial fear was when it came to like going into like scented products and specifically perfume. I was wary of the fact that I would be carrying a scent with me all day. But now that I have scents that I really love, it's a bummer that I could not smell this on me all day. And I like sprayed pretty heavily whenever I've tested this out. So I don't know, I might need to look into how to manipulate it. I also want to try it maybe at a more seasonally appropriate time because right now it's like winter. But yeah, this was an total impulse purchase. I think this was the day that my mom was actually visiting me. Okay, well, both my parents were, but I was on a shopping trip with my mom, and I swear I blacked out in that shopping trip. Like, oh my God, that shopping trip with my mom was draining. It reminded me why I used to hate, well, I still hate shopping, but I don't know. It was just so exhausting. By the time we got to the checkout line, I had no recollection of picking up the first couple things that I put in my basket, which included this. I was like, oh, that felt like 3 years ago that I was in the like cosmetics section. Like, it was insane. Anyway, that's what I purchased there, and I like the smell of it. Again, if I haven't already, I'll have the scent notes, but it's interesting. But I've just been, I don't feel like I have a good opinion on it yet because I haven't been able to like smell it on my skin all day yet. This one, again, an impulse purchase, but one that was thought out a little bit more. So like I mentioned at the beginning where I first purchased the replica memory box set. One of the things in there that were one of my favorites. Okay, well, let me tell you what my favorites were. Actually, let me tell you what my favorites were. So I absolutely love Beach Walk, and that's kind of what my thought was around like the tropical vibes that I was going to be looking for. Like, I wanted something adjacent to that, but I already have used that product. So I don't know. I wasn't sure if I was just going to go buy a like travel size of that or if I was going to like get something else, and I ended up getting something else. But Beach Walk, I have a full size of Sailing Day. That one is like a very fresh, easy daily scent for me. I really like that one. And then I like By the Fireplace and Jazz Club. Those are my more like wintry scents that I've really enjoyed. And strangely enough, I may have to come back to this, but I forget what it was called. I used it totally up and I don't remember. It's called like Autumn Vibes, I think, or Autumn Day or Autumn Weather. And I didn't think I liked it for the first like majority of time I was using it, but then the last day that I used it, I sprayed it a little bit more heavily on myself, and at the end of the day, I remember sitting on the couch and I'm like, I smell amazing right now. Like, I smell like leaves. Like, I don't know, it smelled so incredible to me that I think I might need to revisit that in the upcoming fall. Like, I think I might need to revisit that scent, whatever it was, because it was just so intriguing. Like, not seasonally appropriate at all, but like, I might need to go back to that. Anyway, okay, so I've kind of told you what my favorites from that box set were. Whenever I was shopping at TJ Maxx another time, I live in the middle of nowhere. There's like nowhere to shop, so that was one of the only options, okay? I saw this and it took me by surprise. It was very heavily marked down. It was leaking a little bit. Like I can still feel a little bit of residue on it. I need to probably clean it up, but it says it's inspired by Jazz Club, which was one of my top faves. So, I mean, it was leaking. There's a little bit gone, but it was a really good price and it smells just like Jazz Club. Like, it's so good. She's really good. And it has the fragrance notes on the back. I don't know how this compares specifically to Jazz Club. I just know that when I like looked at it, I saw some familiar notes and it smelled like it. And since it was leaking, it was like on my hands the whole rest of the day. It was crazy, even though I kept washing my hands, which I hate doing because I hate body care things. Like I hate hygiene things. I hate having to do them, but I do them, but I hate it. So I washed my hands a ton and it was still like lingering. So it's a strong scent for sure, but also like this whole thing was coated with it. So I saw pink pepper, I saw rum, vetiver I think is a scent that I really like. I'm starting to try to pay attention to the things that are sticking out to me. Like one of my favorite candles I used was vetiver, and then it has tobacco, vanilla bean, I don't know, other stuff too, but she's really good. I'm very excited about this. Oh, it smells so good. And then the last one, I actually haven't opened yet. It did arrive kind of recently, and this is the one I was same day shopping with my mom. I was looking for a product and I was overwhelmed to say the least, and we made a stop at like Ulta or Sephora or something, and I remember I just kept circling the fragrance aisle and I'm like, sorry, I'm like shaking this knife around. I just kept feeling like, oh my god, nothing's right. I'm just like not able to find what I want. Like I'm not sure what I'm looking for. I was decision fatigued out by that point of the day. But there was one that I was like, this smells so good. And I even ran it by my mom, who has a totally different taste than me. I ran it by her and she's like, yes, this smells like something you would really love. But they only had the full size there at wherever I was. So I went onto Amazon and purchased a travel size. So let's open it. This whole thing just for this little box. Are you kidding me? That is so goofy. Okay, it's Ellis Brooklyn Salt. Now, if I remember, okay, it doesn't have like the notes on here. I just remember I was like, oh, hey, it sounds like it, and like the vibes are gonna be like it's like a saltwater tropical thing, but it's not exactly what you would expect. Oh my god, she's really pretty. Oh my gosh, yes. Okay. It smells, I couldn't remember what it smelled like at all, but this smells wonderful. It's not like exactly the tropical vibes I was looking for at that point of the day, and I know I was just like worn out at that point, but I do remember I really enjoyed this and I could totally see myself wearing this on a vacation, so I'm gonna go ahead and give that a go, unless I run into something before I leave, or buy a full size of Beach Walk by Replica. I don't know. Oh, that smells really good. Okay, no, I think I'm confident with this decision, and I love this blue travel size bottle. Is so cute. I'm excited. Okay, those are the 3 that I've recently picked up, plus some bonus extras, the ones I stole from my significant other. I don't know why I put it back in the box. Anyways, let me know any of your thoughts. I'll try to give you some updates as I continue exploring some of these scents, and I'm gonna try not to buy anything else for a while. I'm gonna let myself sit with these new ones plus the ones that I already had on rotation, and I'll let you know how everything goes. Okay, see you later.